He only worked for 6 days.
Yeah. Oh, right, yeah.
That lazy motherfucker.
Worked for 6 days and then rested for the rest of eternity.
The rest of eternity. Yeah.
God does exist, he's just lazy.
Not almost famous, yeah, yeah. Not almost famous, yeah, yeah. Not almost famous with Alex and Christian. Alex and Christian.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Not Almost Famous with Alex and Christian. I'm Christian.
I'm Alex.
All right, we actually have a sponsor, another new sponsor for today's episode. Mm-hmm. This episode of Not Almost Famous is brought to you by the Center for Organic Insemination. Mm-hmm. Do you want to become pregnant but don't have a partner? Do you dislike the idea of being inseminated in a lab? Well, now you can become pregnant the natural way with the Center for Organic Insemination. Here's how it works. Book an appointment either online or over the phone, and one of our certified organic inseminators will arrive at your desired location and perform the procedure. How convenient! Prices range from as little as $0 up to $500 based on your appearance. The center is running a special 2-for-1 deal for Not Almost Famous viewers. When you visit tcfoi.gov/famous, you'll receive 2 organic inseminations for the price of 1. You even have the possibility of Alex and myself performing the procedure on you at the same time. That's right, we're both certified.
We are.
Again, that's tcfoi.gov/famous. Thanks to the Center for Organic Insemination for sponsoring this episode.
And you can also be sure that once you've used their services to check out their sister company, Inseminated Adoption. Founded by Peter Togren of Hypocrisy, Inseminated Adoption is the next logical step afterwards.
Yeah, great. All right, so thanks to them for sponsoring this. So, Alex, there's a lot of really strange or unusual Wikipedia articles out there.
Are there? Tell me more.
Yeah. I wanted to go through and look at some of them with you and show our viewers some of the weirdest Wikipedia articles I've seen.
I don't think this is weird, though. This is pretty normal.
It's pretty normal, but it's weird that there's a Wikipedia article on it. So our first one is fellatio. There's a whole Wikipedia article, a large article on fellatio. Fellatio, also known as fellation, in slang, blowjob, BJ, giving head, or sucking off.
As we say, I'm familiar with all these terms except sucking off.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's...
I mean, I've heard it before, but it's fallen out of favor in recent years.
It makes sense, but I feel like it's like probably what someone that's never had a blowjob would call it. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, this is like girls, you like sucking off this guy.
We probably said that in like elementary school. Like,
yeah.
It's an oral sex act involving a person stimulating the penis of another person by using the mouth, throat, or both. Oral stimulation of the scrotum may also be termed fellatio, or colloquially as teabagging. I didn't think that's what
colloquially, which means in video games.
Yeah. If fellatio is performed on oneself, the act is called autofellatio. There's a link to a whole article on that as well.
I don't think that's actually possible. I think that's like a rumor.
There's a picture of it right there.
Well, there's a picture of it. Doesn't mean it's actually possible.
So there's a little known website called Pornhub. If you go there, you can actually see people performing autofellatio.
Jesus.
I encourage our viewers to check that out if you're curious.
I encourage them not to.
Fellatio can be sexually arousing for both participants and may lead to orgasm.
Sexually arousing as opposed to why the fuck else would you do it?
Right.
Because you're bored?
Oh, this tastes great. Said no one ever. May lead to orgasm for the partner being fellatiated, which I didn't know was a word.
I mean, it's the... I forgot my grammar words, but...
I was fellatiated earlier.
Sounds like something you want to report to the police.
Oh, man.
Maybe it is sometimes.
Like, what happened to you, man? Oh, I was just fellatiated.
Fellatiation awareness.
It may be performed by a sexual partner as foreplay before other sexual activities, such as vaginal or anal intercourse. which there is an article for anal intercourse as well.
It's not recommended to perform it after anal intercourse, though, however.
Does it say that? I don't think it does.
No, that's just my personal advice.
That part, Wikipedia leaves that up to you to decide. Fellatio creates the risk of contracting sexual transmitted diseases, STIs, but the risk is significantly lower than that of vaginal or anal sex, especially for HIV transmission. Most countries do not have laws banning the practice of fellatio, though some cultures may consider it taboo.
I'm sure.
I don't want to live in those cultures. People may also refrain from engaging in fellatio due to personal preferences, negative feelings, or sexual inhibitions. Commonly, people do not view oral sex as affecting the virginity of either partner.
How convenient.
Yeah, though opinions on the matter vary. And there's a whole lot here. There's like...
I think we get the idea.
Yeah. What? Deposition of semen? There's a section on
Dude, that's one of my favorite grind metal bands.
Yeah.
Deposition of semen!
Other aspects, virginity, legality, tradition.
That's what it's all about.
Other animals.
No, we're not doing that. I'm cutting it there.
Okay.
For fun.
I guess other animals also do this. Okay.
Not surprised. Okay, on a scale of weirdness from 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 1. Being not very weird.
You don't think it's weird that there's an article on that?
No, I think there's probably an article about every, like, scientific term for sexual act. I'm sure there's one for cunnilingus, too.
Yeah.
And analingus. And,
probably.
And otherlingus.
Based on previous episodes, I should have put analingus on here, but I did not.
I'm not surprised you did it.
All right.
Viewers, what do you think? How weird was that article? Comment below.
So, this one itself isn't weird, but I thought
the name of it is.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty entertaining.
This sounds like a machine developed by somebody Cox-Zucker. Oh, I was right.
So, the Cox-Zucker machine. It doesn't matter what it is. It's some algorithm created by David A. Cox and Steven Zucker. I just thought the name was fucking hilarious. Oh, but I think this might be a mistake. Cox ring? Hold on. Is this... Oh, in algebraic geometry, a Cox ring is a universal homogeneous coordinate ring for projective variety. That's not what I think when I think Cox ring.
No.
I thought it was a mistake. All right, so get on adamandeve.com and purchase your Cox-Zucker machine. All right, here's
I would rate that one I don't know if it was weird. It was kind of funny. Maybe like a 3 or a 4.
I was gonna say that deserves at least a 2, I think.
There's a lot of like weirdly named shit, especially after like, like Dick Master, that he's like, my name's not weird, you're weird. This is the Dick Master machine, like.
So Wikipedia has a disambiguation on the word disambiguation, which I thought was
that makes sense, though, because if you don't know what disambiguation means.
Yeah, which I thought was pretty funny. The process of identifying which meaning of a word is used in context. So that's so I'm not going to even bring this one up on the screen.
Thank you.
But Wikipedia actually has a list of ethnic slurs.
That'd be the best one to show.
No, I don't want to bring that up on the screen. But I thought...
This is also the episode where we...
I want to strike that from the record. But I did find it kind of weird that there's a whole Wikipedia entry for a list of.
Did you have a favorite ethnic slur that was on the list? Most of my favorites aren't on the list.
Oh yeah, most of yours you came up with.
I feel like almost anything can be used as an ethnic slur if you want to. It's kind of like people are like, I used to tell anyone you could like make anything sexual, and they're like, no, you can't. Yeah. It's like, yeah, you can.
You really can.
You're like, ooh, look at this microphone, so smooth and it's furry on top.
I want to put my microphone in your USB.
I wonder if I could fit this all in my mouth.
So there's a Wikipedia entry for maternal insult. A maternal insult, also referred to as a yo mama joke, is a reference to a person's mother through the phrase use of the phrase such as your mother or other regional variants.
Not to be confused with maternal instinct. These are two very different things.
So, one of the first historic examples is William Shakespeare actually had one. Thou hast undone our mother. Villain, I have done thy mother.
Shakespeare.
Yeah, one of the first Yo Mama jokes.
That's funny.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. So I don't know if he started it.
I'm sure he popularized it.
Yeah.
He was trending back then.
Yeah, Shakespeare trending. So this is just a person's name that I found incredibly humorous.
Dick Wolf. That's one of my favorites.
So, Henry Lizardlover.
Okay, that's not his given name. Exactly.
No.
It's always like something Jewish, like Schlefberg.
Henry Lizardlover is a... How the fuck do you say that?
I know I thought it was herpetologist, but it says...
Culturalist.
Herpetoculturalist.
Writer and photographer who changed his last name to Lizardlover in 1986 as a symbol of his appreciation for the reptiles. I hope this doesn't relate to the Fellatio article.
I hope not. Although Lizardlover does sound like the nickname of someone that would be into fellatiation.
Yeah, it really does. So, this next one is... I mean, I've never heard it referred to as this, but anal wink.
Oh, sounds cute.
Yeah, it's just a little wink. Just winking at us. The anal wink, anal reflex, perineal reflex, or anocutaneous reflex is a reflexive contraction of the external anal sphincter upon stroking of the skin around the anus. I don't know why, instead of all these like scientific terms, they went with anal wink for the title.
I don't know.
Maybe that's a more searched term than perineal reflex.
Anal twitch.
Yeah.
Butthole spasm. Butthole spasm. I like that.
Is that on there?
No, I just thought of it.
Yeah, we need to go ahead and change anal wink to
we could if we wanted to. It's Wikipedia.
Butthole spasm.
We are Butthole Spasm.
Dude, that's a great grindcore band name. You haven't ranked the last two. Where do you rank Henry Lizardlover?
Oh my god, I don't know. I don't know if that's a weird topic or just a weird name, so maybe like a 5.
What about anal wink?
Like a 2, maybe.
Alright, here we have puppy pregnancy syndrome.
How's it a syndrome? Isn't that just what happens when... Oh, puppies. Okay.
Yeah, puppy pregnancy syndrome is a psychosomatic illness in humans.
In humans?
Brought on by mass hysteria. The syndrome is thought to be localized in villages in several states of India. I'm not going to list them out. And has been reported by tens of thousands of individuals. It is far more prevalent...
Oh, I've heard about this.
In areas with the access to with little access to education. People suffering from puppy pregnancy syndrome that shortly after being bitten by a dog, puppies are conceived within their abdomen. This is said to be especially likely if the dog is sexually excited at the time of the attack.
Makes sense.
Victims are said to bark like dogs and have reported being able to see the puppies inside them, looking at water, or hear them growling in their abdomen. It is believed that the victims will eventually die, especially men who will give birth to their puppies through the penis. Holy shit, that's terrifying.
I mean, where else would it come out of?
Maybe you'll have nightmares tonight of puppies coming out of your penis.
Anal puppy syndrome.
Yeah, anal puppy syndrome. Witch doctors often offer oral cures.
Witch doctors?
Yeah, witch doctors. Which they claim will dissolve the puppies, allowing them to dissolve the puppies. That's never a statement I thought that would ever leave my lips.
No, but in this case, I'd be alright with it.
There's another deathcore band. Dissolve the puppies.
Dissolve the puppies.
Allowing them to pass through the digestive system and be excreted without the knowledge of the patient. Okay, so...
Yeah, this is because, like, you know, there's big rabies prevalence in India. And rabies, I mean, it fucking fries your brain, like, literally in 7 days. And there's not really a cure. Unless you catch it, like, on the first day.
But how did things like this happen? I guess one person got rabies and thought of it. And
I mean, it's the same shit, like, anything happens before you had, like, science and stuff, like, oh, why is there a thunderstorm? Oh, because God's mad at you. And you're like, okay, you know, but it's like... They probably think, what happens when you get bit by a dog? Oh, you're going to grow puppies. Yeah. It's like, what happens when you swallow your gum? Grandma tells you, well, you're going to grow a gum tree in your belly and shit. Yeah. Like, okay.
There actually is one instance of
a gum tree being...
No. Of a person growing a pumpkin inside of them. Not from swallowing the seed. They actually choked while trying to swallow the seed, and it got in their lungs. You can actually grow plants in your lungs that are hospitable to plant life.
You just gave stoners a really bad idea.
Yeah. Don't grow weed in your lungs. That's not how that works. But that terrifies me not like overtly, but just a little bit every time I eat a seed now. It's like, oh shit, I better not choke.
It's happened like once out of like 12 trillion pumpkins.
Right, yeah. Should not be a fear that I have, but...
Oh my god.
All right, I got one more for us.
I'll give that one maybe like a 6.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. Mostly this one is more interesting because of the title. And being a Kentucky native, born and raised, I found this is of particular interest to me. Kentucky,
and surprisingly not sexual.
No, although it sounds like it would be one of those like made up sex terms.
It probably is also.
Kentucky meat shower. The Kentucky meat shower was an incident occurring between the morning hours of 11 and 12 o'clock for a period of several minutes on March 3rd, 1876, where what appeared to be chunks of red meat measuring approximately 2 by 2 inches, with at least one being 4 by 4 inches. How the fuck do they know this? Fell from the sky in a 100 by 50 yard area near the settlement of Olympia Springs, called Olympian Springs in some sources, in Bath County, Kentucky. There exists several explanations how this occurred and what the meat was, the most popular being the vulture theory, in which a group of vultures regurgitated their meals after being startled into taking flight. The exact type of meat was never identified, although various reports suggest it was beef, lamb, deer, bear, horse, or even human.
Whoa. Sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, that one's mostly for the title, but also the occurrence is pretty weird.
Kids, why would you bring that rotten meat in here of all places?
Oh my god. I love that so much. Yeah, Tim and Eric, awesome show. Great job. Check that out if you haven't.
Do-do-do-do. Stinks in here. Smells like meat. Rotten meat.
Check it out.
So where does that one rank?
I'll give that one maybe a 7 or maybe an 8.
Yeah, I saved the best for last, I think.
I think so. Meat shower.
Yeah, I gave that bitch a Kentucky meat shower. She appreciated it.
I mean, because you've heard, like, where, like, they have, like, frogs raining from the sky and shit after, like, hurricanes and shit like that, you know? But, meat, I don't know. I mean, it makes sense if it's just vultures throwing shit up.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. I mean, I can't...
Or God was angry.
Yeah, God was angry at you. Oh, back to what you were saying about, like, why thunder happens. I don't know if... Were you ever told anything ridiculous? Like, I don't know if you were ever afraid of thunder when you were a kid, but I was told it was God bowling.
Okay.
When I was a kid, because I was kind of afraid of the thunder.
Thanks for taking time to go bowling, but not answer any of our prayers, God.
Yeah. We appreciate it. Hey, he worked really hard for 7 days. He deserved some leisure, right?
He only worked for 6 days.
Yeah. Oh, right, yeah.
That lazy motherfucker.
Worked for 6 days and then rested for the rest of eternity.
The rest of eternity, yeah. Pretty much.
So, God does exist. He's just lazy.
Damn right.
What were you told anything like that when you were a kid?
I know that I was, but I'm trying to... Like, off the top of my head, I don't know if I can think of anything.
Like, I've, part of me does really want to have kids. I'm not quite sure on that yet, but there is a part of me that wants to teach them ridiculous things throughout their whole childhood, so they just think the world, like, it doesn't make any sense based on what reality is. Just a little experiment.
I'd recommend you don't have kids.
Yeah, probably. If that's even a thought.
I want to have kids just to see if I can fuck them up pretty bad or not.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't actually do that, but it is a fun thought. But not... Just teach them that words are not what they actually are. Like, laptop is potato. And, like, a potato is...
Laptop?
No. A potato...
That'd be too obvious.
Is like Franklin or something. Or what if I give every object, like, that they experience, like, a human name? So they go out in the world, like, there's a Franklin, there's a Bob, there's a Sarah.
They're gonna just their teachers make. I think we need to hold your kid back a little bit in a couple grades.
No, I wouldn't actually do that, but it is a fun thought.
Yeah, let's end with one of my videos on my YouTube.
Okay, all right. Seems a good way to end it.
Just search YYMBR Studios.
I'm gonna subscribe to you.
Yes, everyone else do that too. Oh, here, let's just watch this. The guys. Okay, this is a video where I used to work at. Not the post office, but a post office. Basically, this dude, we had to, like, close early one day, or I don't even know, like, maybe our hours were posted incorrectly. And this dude, like, tried to, like, get into mail a package, and we weren't there, obviously. And the next day, I come in, and I was, like, checking our voicemails, and this was on there. So I put Benny Hill theme song to it and put some subtitles, because it's funny. I censored his name just in case. Doesn't he sound crazy?
Yeah. Does not sound like a normal human.
He sounds like he's...
Marvin Gaye.
Let's go. This is not my first time. No idea what he's talking about. This is wrong.
Your images are like very like 2008.
Well, this is kind of when it was done. Yeah. I don't know. That was maybe it's just funnier to me because this was like a real person. I swear he wasn't an actor. Well, okay, let me put it this way. If he was an actor, I had no idea about it, but I really don't think that he has his own YouTube channel where he calls people to prank them after he can't get into their store.
So this whole thing about the characters being fictitious, that's not...
I mean, yeah, this definitely wasn't a real guy, and I made this up. This didn't happen.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, when it wasn't happening, just the fact that, like, he was thought that, like... I mean, it wasn't our fault we were closed, you know?
Yeah.
It was his fault he was not there when we were open.
It seriously sounds like a guy, like, who's not real. He sounds
like he's
up.
high on something.
Yeah.
I don't know even what drug.
It's not my first time.
He sounds like he's super fucking drunk or something.
Yeah, I mean, he might have been.
And I like how he's like, I've got other shit to do, and it's just like, but you can spend 3 minutes calling a post office to yell at them for being closed?
Like, how important, like, what... How important of a package does a drunk guy, like, have? Like, I don't understand.
The thing is, I don't even think he came back, ever. Because, like, he would have, like, yelled at me the next day when he came back. But
yeah.
He obviously went to a real post office, which is a good idea.
He shoved it in a bottle and threw it in the river and hoped that it got where it was going.
But just, like, he's like, this is not my first time. This is not it. Like, what is he talking?
He's like,
this is not my first time is like something people say when they're having sex.
Yeah, this is not my
first time. Your first time, what? Being late to mail your package?
Using the post office? Or not? Or was it not his first time, like, being upset at the post office?
I can imagine he's not been his first time being upset at places.
Maybe it was not his first time calling the post office. Maybe there's a whole archive of recordings there we need to discover.
I hope so.
Well, hopefully we'll have that to you shortly. Probably not, but maybe one day.
Probably not.
Probably never. All right, everyone. I think we're going to go ahead and end this there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next episode.
Thank you. We can't wait to look at the screen that... We can't wait to see you again. You know what I meant.
Bye and stuff.